Okay, so let's take a look at this awesome live version of The River from the live 1975 to 85 compilation. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video we'll be playing through the whole massive 11.5-minute song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll see tabs scroll across the screen. Okay, so this one is in the key of F sharp minor, Capo fret 2 for this one. The original is in the key of E minor. That might have been to do with Bruce's voice or something like that. So you've got this extra intro at the start where he's talking, which sounds fantastic. A lot of it's the same kind of phrase, but it's in the 3/4 time signature there, so it's quite slower. It's about 79 BPM, and then it speeds up to about 114 BPM for the main kind of river that we all know. That's in 4/4 time signature. Let's take a look at the chords first. We've got the classic kind of Bruce G. Third finger, third fret low E, pinky, third fret high E, then kind of block the A string, the underside of your ring, third finger there. If you add your first finger to the first fret of the B, some different, slightly different chord voicings that you have in the original, so it is slightly different. It sounds awesome, lots of embellishments. So G, G sus4, okay, and then in the intro we've got this kind of broken kind of G shape, calling it G even though it's an A because of the capo. So third finger, fifth fret D, middle finger, fourth fret G, then bar the third fret with your index finger on the B and the E strings. That's at the end of this massive talking section. Okay, and then in this really kind of almost classical style bit at the start, you just add your pinky and get this awesome G add 9 chord. Okay, we've also got some broken kind of sort of slash chords. So you've got a G over B chord, middle finger, second fret A, pinky, third fret B. Okay, and then you can move that middle finger to the low E string. Got a G over F sharp chord. So lots of funny names, but they're not too challenging to play. G over F sharp. We've got a normal C chord. We get to the strumming, third finger, third fret A, middle finger, second fret D, first finger, first fret B. You add your pinky, lush C add 9 chord there, third finger, third fret A, middle finger, second fret D, pinky, third fret B, or you could play it with the first, second and third. Okay, we've got this kind of C6, which again he uses in that awesome intro. So basically use your first finger to bar the G, B and the E strings from the fifth fret there. Okay, so that's the C6, and then we've got a normal D chord. First finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B, middle finger, second fret high E. Take your middle finger off. Got a D sus2. Okay, and then also in the intro, this lush D sus2 chord as well. So it's got D sus2 there, and also this in the end of the intro, which sounds fantastic. Use your first finger to bar the B and the E strings on the 5th fret, and then third finger on the 7th fret of the G. That's the D sus2 there. Then we've got an E minor chord, which we all know, a big part of this song. Then I think he's adding his pinky for some of the kind of really nice intro picking parts. This was filmed at sort of LA Coliseum 1985. I don't know if it's him playing it, it might be Neil's. Let me know if you were there. It sounds an amazing performance. So E minor, add your pinky for this other variation of E minor. And then I think there's also, I call it the Oasis chord, Wonderwall chord, E minor 7. So kind of play your E minor with your first and second, and then third finger, third fret B, pinky. So there's quite a few chords, but a lot of them are just slight variations. And again, if you want to simplify it, just use the standard chords. But it does make it sound extra special. So what I'm also going to do now is put the song structure up on the screen. So hopefully that will allow you to break down all the individual sections. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. And it helps you to kind of, so these will all be in the description of YouTube videos, the song structures. That drop down menu there, you can copy and paste it, put it in a Word file, and really learn the song off by heart. Okay, so it's going to look at the first intro. Okay, so it's basically a 5-minute opening part of the song where he's talking that really awesome story about him and his dad. Really emotional, amazing. You've got this really lush, I think that's why people wanted this version of The River. It's got this really nice melody going over it. Now, it's basically a 4-bar pattern with one variation that goes throughout. Sounds fantastic. You've got the synth going as well. So if you get your G add 9 chord going, okay, so what we've got is a 4-bar phrase to start off with, and you're going to pick the D, G, and then E, B, E, B. So down again, this is the 3/4 part, so it's only 3 beats in a bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and like that. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And you do that for 2 bars. And then go to that C6, so you bar the 5th fret, G, B, and E. You've got this melody for 2 bars. So go G, B, E, then you add your pinky, your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the E, then you take it off, go back to the E string, 5th fret, and then back to the B string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And that 4-bar phrase again, G add 9 for 2 bars, then the C6 for 2 bars. And basically in the intro, you do that 5 times with that lush synth going over the top of it. Once you've done that 5 times, the 6th round is slightly different. You've got G add 9 for 2 bars, just like before, but this time you end it with this D sus2. So 3rd finger, 7th fret G, 1st finger bar the B and the E strings. You've got something like this. Feel free to embellish it, which I think they're doing. This is a good foundation. So G, E, G, B, G, B. Then you do that bar twice. Cool. So that's the intro, and then he starts talking. And this talking section, as I've written it, it's done 7 times. Okay. And then there's a few bars at the end. So you've got the G add 9, the same 4-bar phrase. Each of these 7 rounds, you do that 4-bar phrase 3 times, and then after that, you do the variation. So once you've done that whole thing, so 16-bar phrase in total, 7 times, then you're just going to finish the whole thing off with kind of that broken G chord. Cool, and then you're basically going to the main part of the river, okay? So just sounds fantastic. So we're going to call this next section intro part 2. Slightly more picking than you do in the original, and some of those added embellishments which sound fantastic. So get your normal E minor, and here you're going to just, it's down, up, pretty much the whole way through this intro. Okay, like that. So E, D, G, B, E, B, down, up, down, up, down, up. And at the end of the bar, 0, 2 on the low E string, and then go to the normal kind of G chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So E, D, G, B, E, B, G, B. Same kind of picking with the D sus2 now. Don't forget this is done on a 12 string. I've aimed to emulate as much as I can on the backing track that I've made for this. Just sounds, I don't have a 12 string, but I may well get one in the future because it sounds awesome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So D, G, B, E, B, G, D, G. Okay, so that's the D sus2, and then you've got a split bar, C add 9, 1 and 2 and. So just go A, D, G, B, then 1st finger to this G over B chord. So you can either play it like that, or like this. Okay, so C add 9, down, up, G over B, down, up, then A minor. This time you've got this really nice A sus2 kind of thing going to start with. And then you add your 1st finger to finish off the A minor. So down, up, down, then up, open B string, put your first finger down, and then B, G, D, G. Sounds fantastic. And then G sus4, you take it off to make a normal kind of G. So this G sus4 bar, just start off with that, E, D, G, and then first finger on the sus4, upstroke, and then take it off to a normal G. So B, G, D, G. Sounds fantastic. And then C add 9, something like this for the next 2 bars. So C add 9, where you can do the one we did before, and then also add your pinky as well. So go A, G, then E, B, and then hit the G string, and then take your little finger off, and then E, B, E. Quite hard sometimes to hear exactly what's going on because it's 12 string, can kind of confuse your ears, but something like this will work really well. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, where you're kind of taking your little finger off. So that's kind of the second intro. Again, that's in 4/4, normal timing, and then 114 BPM. So then you've got the first verse, which is picking, and the rest of the song is pretty much strumming. So let's take a look at this first verse. So here you got the E minor with the pinky. To be fair, you could even just leave, don't even need these, but kind of do it out of habit. So E, G, then B, E, G, E, B, E, G, E, B, then E, B, G, B. Again, alternate picking. Same kind of thing now with the G chord. So E, G, E, B, E, B, G, B. Same sort of thing now with it, D sus2. D, G, E, B, D, B, G, B. Then that kind of bar of C add 9 that we had before. Okay, and then you start off that E minor bar with a pinky. Instead of the last 2 notes, you got that 0, 2 on the low string, and then that G sus4 bar, then C add 9, oops, and then the G sus4, C add 9 for 2 bar. Again, feel free to embellish it, change it around. That's what they'll be doing live. Now you've got the split bar, G, then the G over F sharp. So E, G, E, B, G over F sharp, same picking. Then E minor 7 now, wonderful chord. Down, up, then open E. Slightly different bar, I think I can hear. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then take your pinky off at the end. Then A minor, that bar we had before, for 2 bars. G sus4, 2 bars of C add 9. So again, all those embellishments you don't have to do, but they just sound awesome. Cool, so that's the kind of the first verse, okay, and then, actually, yeah, so 1 bar, so the last 2 bars, C add 9, the last one, kind of strum to get ready for the chorus rather than do it again. You can pick it if you want. So that's the first verse. Now we've got the first chorus, okay, so the second choruses are exactly the same. The third chorus is twice through. And then you got the same chord progression for the outro. You know, he's doing all the humming and backing vocals, a bit of harmonica. So it's the same chord progression in the outro, but 6 times round. And obviously you're going to finish on an E minor. Okay, so this chorus section is an 8-bar phrase, E minor, C, D, then G, E minor, C, then D, then C. Okay, so string wise, that common down, down, up, down, up pan, timing wise, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so that classic strumming pattern that we've done. So that's the first, second, and third choruses. Remember, the third chorus, it's done twice, and it's also the same chord progression in the outro. It's done 6 times, finished on an E minor. And then all we're going to do now, we've got left to do, is the second verse, which is exactly the same as the third and the fourth verses. And also it's the chord progression behind the harmonica solo. So let's go for that then. So second verse, E minor, G, then D, then C, E minor, G, then C, then G, then C for 2 bars, then split bar, which you're going to do down, down, up on the G, and then the G over F sharp. Just put your middle finger, 2nd fret there. Then E minor, then A minor, 2 bars, 1 bar of G, 1 bar of C. Cool, so that's the chord progression. Nice, consistent 16 bar pattern there for the second verse, third verse, and the fourth verse, all exactly the same. The harmonica solo, all you've got to remember is an extra bar of C at the end. Cool, so that's all the parts of this awesome live version. Really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Again, any questions about getting the files on the store? So I've tabbed out this in Guitar Pro. You can get it in Guitar Pro format or PDF format from the online store, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Instant download to your computer. If you're a subscribe star, you can get a bit more value for money there. You can get backing tracks thrown in and things like that. Plus lots of extra goodies. That's subscribestar.com/Bruce Guitar if you haven't already checked it out. And obviously all the homemade backing tracks on the instant download Jay's Music School website as well. So yes, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Thanks again for all your support, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.